Hey guys! Just being outdoors today is reminding me of how important self-care really is. Self-care is so important for our mental health, our physical health, and our emotional health. So vital. And it's important that we take time out to care for ourselves because we're really no good to anybody or ourselves if we don't take time for us. Okay, so that's so important. I want to stress that. But it's also reminding me, being out here is also reminding me of how important letting go is. I really contribute my inner peace, the inner peace I feel today, to being able to let go on my journey. And goodness knows that I have been through quite a journey recently, these past 2 years. I have experienced the loss of my father to 4th stage laryngeal cancer, and at the same time I was losing my 17-year marriage. So it was 2 significant losses at once. So I had to learn how to let go. So how do we let go? Well, let's see. Let's start with getting grounded, all right? Now, when we're looking at letting go, we're looking at letting go of difficult emotions, strong, difficult emotions that disrupt our inner peace, right? We're also looking at letting go of difficult situations or events that no longer serve us. And we're also looking at letting go of people that no longer serve us. So these are all people, events or situations, and emotions that no longer serve us or grow us. If we want to feel that inner peace, which I'm sure that we do, we want to be able to let go. But letting go takes time. We need to be patient with ourselves. We need to be compassionate with ourselves, and we need to realize that letting go takes time. So, but when we're looking at letting go, I like to first get grounded. And how do I get grounded? I always urge people to start to meditate, engage in a practice of meditation. Meditation is something that through the separation and through the divorce that I began, it's a practice that I began to do regularly. And I do meditation right after prayer. So in the morning I wake up, I engage in prayer, and then I meditate. Now, meditation doesn't have to be this lengthy, difficult, becoming Zen-like process. It can be as simple as a 3-minute exercise all the way up to a 20-minute engagement of the breath, because that's what meditation essentially is. You're engaging the breath to become centered, to become grounded, okay? And to calm the mind, because when we get triggered, whatever it is, whatever emotion or whatever situation or whatever person triggers us with what is said and done, it's important to first become aware of the emotion and then to let it flow through you. But to get grounded, I meditate first. And I always recommend the app called Headspace. You can find it on the iPhone. And it's an app that allows you to meditate daily. And so you go in this app and you can choose the length of time that you want to meditate. So it can be as short as 3 minutes or as long as, I believe it's 20 minutes. So you can choose the length of time that you want to devote to the practice that day. And the good thing about that is if you're short on time, you really have no excuse. You can just devote as small as 3 minutes to the practice and become centered, become grounded before starting your day. I always urge people to start meditating or to engage in meditation at the beginning of the day, because it kind of sets the tone for the rest of your day. So meditation, okay? And you can get that on, like I said, Headspace. Okay, so that's one way of getting grounded. Another great way of getting grounded is engaging in diaphragmatic breathing. What is that? It's basically a way of breathing where you're using your diaphragm, okay? And what you do is you inhale through the nose for 4 seconds, okay? And as you're inhaling, your belly is extending, okay? So as you inhale, the belly extends. You hold the breath for 4 seconds, and you exhale, and the stomach contracts. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of that. So you're inhaling. As the stomach contracts, you hold for 4 seconds. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Out through the mouth, and the belly contracts. Okay, again. Belly extends. 2, 3, 4. Belly contracts. So you're inhaling through your nose, exhaling through the mouth, okay? And it's, you're doing this for 4 seconds each. So you're inhaling for 4 seconds, holding the breath for 4 seconds, and you're exhaling for 4 seconds. And you do this a few times. I would say about 10 times to really get centered, to really get grounded, to really harness those emotions, those difficult emotions, okay? Another thing I like to do is just be outdoors. Outdoors really gets you centered, okay? It gets you in one with nature. We are energetic beings having a human experience. Getting grounded is important. So we come outdoors, and the way to get grounded, the quickest way, is just getting comfortable with Mother Nature, taking your shoes off and walking on grass. As simple as that. You walk on grass for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, as long as you want. And that's it. It's that simple. You get grounded, okay? If you're at home and you want to get grounded right away, you can get on the floor. You sit right on the bathroom floor, or wherever it is, on your tile, and you stay there for about 5 minutes, and you get grounded. Okay, it's just a matter of getting centered. All right, of going within again, going back within, and you can also do deep breathing while you're becoming centered there as well. Okay, you can engage in diaphragmatic breathing as well. Another thing that I always urge people to do is to journal. Now, journaling is so important of letting, to be able to let go. And I'll use myself as an example. I really, honestly, with a background in the field of mental health, I was a mental health therapist for many, many years, and I became a life coach. Through this process, I became a female empowerment coach specifically through the process of separation and divorce of my 17-year marriage. And so, it was through passion. My pain became my passion and became my purpose. So that's why I do what I do. But I used journaling to heal. Okay, and while I was experiencing the loss of my father and the loss of my marriage, which was a significant loss because it was many, many years together, almost 2 decades really, and I used journaling to heal. And so what I did was I journaled every single day. I would keep my journal right on my bed so that when I wake up in the morning, I would begin to journal. Now, just a little background, I was experiencing a lot of heavy emotions. I was experiencing some anxiety, intense anxiety, bouts of sadness, resentment, anger. I mean, you name it, I was experiencing it. The whole full gamut. I was experiencing all the emotions. So it was a very intense period of my life, but journaling is what helped me to get my painful emotions out on paper, and that's a way of healing too. It's cathartic almost. And so it's a way of getting what's going on in here out onto paper. So it's no longer in here, okay? And it's no longer haunting you in the mind. Very, very important. So journaling, I always urge people to engage in journaling. And that's what helped me to heal. With journaling, I actually birthed my book. And, for many years, I always thought to myself, you know what, I want to write a book. I'd love to write a book. But, you know what? I realized that this was the perfect opportunity. I mean, not only was I healing from my own difficult moments, my own setbacks, my own obstacles in life, these things that could become potentially obstacles, having to deal with a separation, having to deal with, losing my father. You know, I always urge people to engage in journaling. So I birthed my book through journaling. It was a way of me healing and overcoming those difficult emotions. So I began to journal every single day. And my book is Disempowered No More, a spiritual journey to discovering purpose, power, and passion after divorce. And, you know, it's something I'm very proud of, but it was born out of the most difficult period of my entire existence. And you know, but everything has a purpose. And even the difficult moments have a purpose. Okay, remember that. So no matter what it is you're going through, remember it's happening for a reason. And it's just important to remember that. So I engage in prayer, I engage in meditation, I get grounded through deep breathing, through getting, you know, out in nature, a lot of self-care. And, you know, also too, when we're talking about letting go, I also want to focus on letting go of people that no longer serve us. You know, very often we hold on. We hold on sometimes for dear life, sometimes to the detriment of our mental, emotional, and physical health. Because, you know, we don't realize it, but our emotions truly have an impact on how we show up, on how, you know, our body performs, on how, you know, everything. I mean, it really has an effect on everything. And so it's important that you're aware that sometimes holding on is, you know, it could potentially hurt you in the long run. It could. I mean, especially if you're looking at a relationship that's causing difficult, you know, harmful and difficult emotions to arise within you. You know, and it, you know, it's important that when we feel these difficult emotions, and, you know, that we know, you know, because we do know when a relationship is not good for us. We do know that. We know. And, you know, we could be holding on for many different reasons. You know, a lot of us hold on for, you know, the kids. We say, you know, as mothers, you know, some of us are mothers out there, and we say to ourselves, you know, if I were to let go of this marriage or let go of this relationship, this person, what will happen to the children? What will happen to the kids? I know that was a huge issue for me in holding on for so long. And the thing is, you know, we don't realize it, but when we hold on and we continue to, you know, have these difficult emotions arise within us, that we're not showing up the way we need to show up for our family, including our children. So sometimes, you know, it's a great disservice to ourselves and to others by holding on. And so we have to look at that. We have to really look at that, and we have to ask ourselves if it really makes sense. But every situation is unique, and you know, I'm a big advocate for marriage. I love love. I'm big on love. But self-love is also very important, you know, and it all starts with self-love and taking care of yourself, putting yourself first, making yourself a priority. Because once we make ourselves a priority, once we truly love ourselves, letting go becomes easier. Yes, it does. How does that happen? Well, when you really, truly love yourself and place yourself first and make yourself a priority, where your mind, your body, and your spirit are salvaged and are given the nurturance that it needs, the nutrients that it needs, that then we're able to say to ourselves, okay, this is not healthy for me. This is not okay. you know, whatever it is. I mean, if you are in a relationship that is toxic, or this person is verbally abusive, or this person is physically abusive, then letting go once you love yourself. See, and that's the key. Loving yourself becomes easier letting go becomes easier once you love yourself, okay? Letting go is a much easier process when you truly love yourself. And you know what? Sometimes loving yourself takes a while. It took me a while to really begin to love myself again, because a lot of times the experiences that we go through, those difficult moments, those toxic periods in our lives, and those toxic people can really do a number on our mental well-being and emotional well-being and physical. So, you know, beginning to love myself again, and I'll say again because, you know, we come into this universe loving ourselves. We do, all of us. And, you know, it's just a matter of difficult situations that kind of throw us off our path to that journey of self-love. And it's just becoming aware of it and doing what you need to do for you to begin to love yourself again. And if that means letting go of something that's no longer serving you or growing you or is healthy for you, then you need to choose you first, okay? So again, those are just ways of, you know, that I always push people to really begin to let go emotionally from things that no longer serve them, okay? So you guys have a great day and enjoy this amazing weather. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.